Welcome, friends, to the Rift Rare Mob Killdex from Moonshade Highlands, your guide to all the rare mobs in Rift by episode and by zone. First off, we have Arumal. Yeah, he's not too hard. You should be able to kill him if you're of level, and if you're 50 like me, it's going to be real easy. I had to hold back, trying not to kill him too fast. And, he isn't labeled an elite, but he has, like, elite hit points, it seems like. It seems like most of the rares around here have pretty healthy hit points, and adds here and there. But as we go through, you'll see. And, as in all my Killdexes, after I kill the mob, I always open up the map so you can see exactly where I'm at, so you can see the coordinates are accurate. And, use it as landmarks. I think it helps. I hope it helps. Now, the rare mobs in Moonshade Highlands are very rare. Some of them, it takes them so long to spawn. I don't know if it's just a run of that old bad luck. But Arumal is one of the few that seems to spawn fairly consistently. And this guy right here, it took quite a while to get him on film. It took almost 3 weeks to do this whole zone, to get every single mob. You don't need every single mob to get the achievement. So, you might want to avoid this guy and waiting on this guy because he takes quite a long time, Lugog. It took him about 2 weeks, of waiting pretty constantly to, come across him. And I finally did, though, and I was very happy about it. And as you see, he's using the standard giant lummox model. And he did have a couple of ads with him, and there are other mobs around here. And as you see, I managed to pull every single one of them, and did a good job of pulling every one of them. And luckily, I managed to survive this. But if you are of level, the right level that you should be for this area, around 39-ish, then you probably get your butt kicked right here. And it was just kind of by the skin of my teeth I got through this. I pulled way too much crap. And Lugog, once again, he has quite a few hit points, and he does have a couple of ads with him as well. And here I'm going to give you a good look around. I try to also do that after I kill a mob. I'll do a little 360 so you can look around and make some landmarks. And then I pull up the map so you can see exactly where I'm at. You might see me pulling up the map at odd times during the Moonshade Highlands Killdex, and that is because this was the very first one I started on, and I was working out how I was going to, do it and everything like that. And now I have a pretty good system now. It's kill the mob, then loot, so you can check out the loot. Then I show you the loot in the paper doll, and then I pull up the map and look around so you can see the landmarks. Try to do the whole 9 yards so you see everything. Next up is the Deranged Pyromancer. And, she's got quite a few hit points too, and she is surrounded by just, a bunch of crap, as usual. As most everything is in Rift, surrounded by a bunch of junk that shouldn't be there. And she has a couple of special abilities, a few dots, a few fire dots, and a couple of pyro blasts, as you might expect. And she, isn't hard. She's not very tough. You should be able to handle her at level, if you're the proper level for her. And, another thing about her is she spawns very frequently. She's one of the funny rares in Moonshade that will spawn and spawn and spawn, while others will just take weeks and weeks. There's 3 actually in Moonshade that just seem to take forever. I mean, Nytami is one, and I just showed you Lugog is another, and the Alif Waar emissary. Oh god, waiting on that guy was a pain. But fortunately, there are mobs like the Raging Summoner, and he has 4 ads as well. He has, all of the planes represented: earth, fire, air, wind, And He is a challenge, actually. I mean, he is quite a little challenge here because he has 4 ads with him, and he's got quite a few hit points as well. And he has a couple of, you know, special abilities, it seems. Seems to have a quick cooldown. But as you see, if you will slay him first, his ads will disappear. And I say that because it happened right here. And it generally does happen, but I have slayed him before, and the ads stayed up. So, you know, you just be prepared. You know, expect it. And you can find the Raging Summoner right by the Reclaimer's place right there. And they're putting in a Porculus right there. Porticulum, you know. They have a different name than what it should be, actually. And I won't say anything about that. And next, this guy right here. It took him a long time. Fezziled the Curious. Fezziled, maybe. Yeah, this guy, it took him a long time to spawn. It might be because he's right in the middle of a questing area. But it was a long battle to get this guy on film. And he is a pain in the ass. So you might want to go for him like later on as well. You go for the easy ones first, like the Pyromancer, Arumal, and go for the Raging Summoner. You know, go for those 3 first, because those will most likely be up. But guys like this, Fezziled the Curious, oh man, you're gonna wait. You're gonna have to wait quite a while. Out of all of the zones so far, Moonshade Highlands has been the most difficult to get the rares, and I always get every single rare that, you know, is documented. There are some rares that are not documented. You'll find them every once in a while, but it would just be way too hard to catch all those. And now we have a little werewolf who's sneaking in from Gloamwood. He's right on the edge. His name is Razorfang, and he's got some buddies with him too. And that's just a little wolf pack running. And you're going to have to wait on this guy too. It took him quite a long time to spawn, and I waited. I would say that he's probably spawns once every couple of days or so. And it just really all depends. I did talk to a GM about the rares and like how they spawn, and she basically just said that it's pure luck. I mean, everything is pure luck. And you see, I have gotten my achievement here, and that is because you do not have to kill every single mob in Moonshade to get the achievement. So that is a good thing. So I mean, if you had to find every single mob like I'm doing for these videos, you're going to be expecting like a month. And that's why, you know, that's why it takes me so long to do these videos, because I'm getting every single rare on tape. And you have to realize, you know, there's other people camping them. I'm on Wolfsbane, which is one of the most popular servers, and there's just people everywhere, all the time. But Razorfang, he's easy to find. He's right there in this little cul-de-sac type gully that goes in towards Gloamwood there. If you're Defiant, I'm sure you know it. That's probably the path you take into Gloamwood. And now, next up, the Alif Waar emissary, who does patrol. And while I provide coordinates here, you know, you have to realize that he does patrol, and you're going to have to go around this lake most likely. But I would start at these coordinates and then make a break, you know, as you see where I follow and the path he's taking right here. So, and they are shade touched right now, so they will not have this shade effect when you see them. Yeah, ironically, when I was leveling up, this was one of the first rares that I ever came across, and I didn't even know it at the time. I didn't know what that little jewel meant at the time. Now I do. And here I tried to provide enough footage so you could see the route that they're taking, and it seems like they are heading around the lake, sort of, you know, but they seem to be close to these coordinates. And like I mentioned a few seconds ago, start at those coordinates and then just start going out towards like Reclaimers, and you'll find them on the Sundered Path. I imagine they probably take the Sundered Path. And as you see, this Mr. Alif Waar, Moonshade Emissary, with a giant name, he has a couple of ads with him as well. And he's not very hard, you know. I mean, especially, you know, I'm 50th level. It's no challenge at all for me, and I'm holding back so I don't kill these guys in just a few hits. You know, just try to see if they have any special abilities. And even then, they usually don't get their abilities off before I slay them. But this guy doesn't seem to have any special abilities. Seems to be pretty easy tank and spank. Yeah, nothing to worry about. And he is kind of a challenge to find, though. It takes quite a while for this guy to spawn. And like I said a second ago as well, you know, some of these mobs, it takes them a long time. But it is all luck, really. It's all random luck. You might find it your very first time you walk out here. Otherwise, you might be waiting and waiting. Like Nytami, who is right in the middle of the busiest part of Moonshade, where everybody has to go quest. And it took me so long to get this son of a gun on tape that I even called a GM to see if there was a bug in their spawn. And then finally, she showed up. And then, you know, after waiting weeks, I checked back later, and she had spawned, like, again, like, you know, within that same day. So, you know, it's all just randomness. Complete randomness. And sometimes you can get some very, very bad luck on these rares. But otherwise, you know, it's not too bad. So this has been your Killdex for Moonshade Highlands. My name is Dark Hostess, and the channel name is The Gamer Down, providing you all types of gaming information, beyond Rift even. So join me next time. Please thumbs up videos you like, and subscribe if you haven't already.